your opinion and place your calling. WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that we feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice your opinion and place your calling. WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice your opinion and place your calling. WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that we feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice your opinion and place your calling. WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice your opinion and place your calling. WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that we feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's Tuesday morning, last day of March 31st, and you are watching and listening to Belize's premier morning conversation. I'm Mose Hyde. I'm hosting today. And a warm welcome to all. If you're listening to Creme Radio, you're watching XTV, you've got our apps on your device or getting streams on social media. And through old school simulcast coverage, listeners and viewers, a warm welcome to you. We hope that your health's great. If not, you got that kind of fortitude and you're on the mend, you're taking all your required medical and, physical and getting your body back where you want it to be. That's what we hope for you this morning. We know sometimes it's more difficult, but we just want you to stick in there and make it through. To those who've got that energy, we hope that it's through the roof. We hope you're feeling lots of energy, a lot of fuel in your tank. Vibrations, of course, are always positive. We selfishly love when your morning's spacious, flexible. You got things to do, but you got a spot for us. because we've got a spot for you. We want to get you on board. That's ultimately our mission. Get you on our lines, get you talking, reasoning, get you in this conversation. But before we get there, let's not jump ahead of ourselves, as they say. We got to give you some news. You know, our news team is always getting you the latest stories. So that's coming up. But before that, we've got your weather forecast, Billy's, and we get that directly from the good people at the National Meteorological Service and the Met. We've got our forecaster Derek Woodon telling us all about today's weather forecast.
Good morning. Showers and light rain continued last night, mostly over central and southern portions of the country. Conditions will become less moist today, and a reduction in shower activity is expected. The forecast for today is for sunny skies with cloudy spells, along with a few showers and the chance for isolated thunderstorms, mostly inland. Tonight, skies will be partly cloudy with isolated showers and the chance for isolated thunderstorms over the south. High temperatures today will range from 84 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 87 inland, except only 72 degrees up in the mountains. Winds over the open sea will be easterly at 10 to 20 knots, and the seas will be choppy. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night is for generally fair weather with isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms developing. There is a high tide at 9:04 this morning, and the low follows at 3:22 this afternoon. Another high is at 9:32 tonight, and another low at 3:36 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 5:48 this morning and will set at 6:05 this evening. The moon comes up at 6 minutes after 5 this evening and goes down at 5:21 tomorrow morning. In the fire risk forecast, the risk for forest and brush fires will be low today. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
And now some news. A group of former employees of Belize Electricity Limited employees has formed the equivalent of the BCWJ, and they're gearing up to ramp up pressure for severance to be paid. The Belize Energy Workers for Justice has scheduled the press conference for Tuesday. In a release yesterday, the group said it submitted a formal request to BEL on February 23rd, but there have been delays and no substantive response. They are pointing to the company's historic practice of linking severance to pension. They believe that they also fall into the category of employees to whom the November 2025 Caribbean Court of Justice ruling on severance applies. On February 27th, BEL acknowledged receipt of BEWJ's letter. That same day, we spoke with Derla Stain, a former employee who joined the BCWJ protests. She told us then that their group comprises over 200 former employees, but she believed the number to be larger.
You worked at BEL for how long?
39 years, 10 months.
When did you leave the company?
2018.
Are you facing the same situation as the BTL workers?
We are in the same boat, yes. Yes, because we went off, get pension, but there was the same thing, like you see what the BTL workers are saying. Just about 3 days, guys. Yeah. We wrote them a letter seeking for the same conclusion. But we have not gotten a report as yet, because we said, well, okay, we'll give up about 2 weeks and then we go from there.
So
but we have always been out here supporting the detail workers.
In 11 days, you are going to check up back, and if there's no action, what? Response rather.
Well,
what?
then our people will get together, and then we'll go from there.
When you left the company, what did BEL have in place in terms of severance? What did they say?
We have a pension scheme that we get a pension plan, but it's pension.
And when you left, you didn't get any severance?
No.
Tourism Minister Anthony Marler, in his contribution to the budget last week, defended the Port of Belize cargo expansion and cruise terminal project proposed by the government-owned facility. The project is now before the National Environmental Appraisal Committee, NEAC, for approval. Marler said the opposition will do everything to stop the project because they could not get it approved under its previous iteration proposed by Waterloo Investment Holdings when the port was on the receivership.
This may become one of the most consequential decisions of the future of Belize City. This kind of development needs a lot of consultation. You just can't do it like that. Right? Do what we say. Consultation means you go across the board, feel out everybody, you get consensus, then we start to act. I believe this is a high-risk gamble with our economy, especially our environment and our people. Today, we are not just speaking on the proposed cruise port, we are debating on the future of Belize tourism model. Cruise tourism means lower spending per passenger, shorter stays. Overnight tourism is higher spending, wider economic impact. We are expanding volume, not value. More ships does not mean more money for Belizeans, Mr. Speaker. We must ask, the government owns the port now, but if this port continues and they develop it, who will own it? Is there any plan that somebody will buy it over, take it over? Because experiences show, Mr. Speaker, Caribbean shows, cruise ports are often controlled by foreign cruise companies, private investors, with long-term concessional agreements. Will the PM make sure that the cruise port is for Belize and not a handful of persons or foreign entities? A cruise port requires dredging seabed, altering coastlines, and increased ship traffic. You cannot build a port without disturbing the sea. And then the reef suffers, tourism suffers. We are risking a UNESCO treasure for short-term gain.
The construction of a shoreside docking facility in the Belize district, as you know, and as the leader of the opposition knows, is 25 years too late. It is time that we get it right, and it is time that we get this project done. The other day, the leader of the opposition stated in her presentation that we are operating in secrecy with regards to this port. That is not so, and I will outline what we've done. You know how this reached so far now for this project to be done? Because the Prime Minister led a delegation in 2023 to Miami to meet the cruise lines and to meet with FCCA, the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association. They were impressed by our team, and they said that we have given them the confidence that Belize is moving in the right direction. We've been meeting with all the strategic partners in cruise. In 2023, we acquired the Port of Belize. 2024 made legislation to provide fiscal incentives for this size of investment. In 2024-2025, work on the master plan. In 2025-2026, work on the ESIA. And I want to advise the public that tonight there will be public consultations on the ESIA. And I can assure you, there are some operatives who never want to create mischief because people really don't want a project to be done on the south side of Belize. What you can't get, you want to spoil. But in this situation, we can't call it blue conquest, because the blue side are red. We have to call it red conquest. Because my colleagues on the other side of the aisle could not get this very important project done, they will do everything and anything to disrupt its progress. But Madam Speaker, we will not be deterred. This project is too important for Belize.
Bus operators who are not part of the National Bus Company on Monday formally wrote to the Minister of Transportation requesting an increase in bus fares or concessions, either through the exemption of GST from the purchase of fuel, tires and parts, or the provision of fuel subsidies by the government, which was done during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Last week, when asked about the impact of the sharp increase in diesel price, the Minister of Transport, Honorable Louis Zabane, said they did not expect the NBC would need to increase its fees, but what about the other operators? This was his response when asked if an increase in bus fares would be considered.
Others decided not to be a part of it. Well, then it's because those who are not a part of it may have made a calculation that they could deal with things like when prices of fuel go up. So we, with enough respect, what we do anticipate though is that they will continue to improve the quality of their service. That is imperative for us with respect to ensuring that we enforce the requirements under their road service permits. They will be expected to continue to improve. And once they do that, then the commuters benefit, and that's what we're concerned about.
No, theoretically, if this increases too much for these other operators, will they be allowed to join the NBC if they can't take these price increases?
We have said to them that our doors have always been open, right? We understand that with something new like that, some persons will have some sort of anxiety maybe, and that's understood. So they know that our doors are open. We have always spoken very respectfully of all the operators, and we will continue to do that. And if they make that decision, well, our doors are open to discuss that with them.
As to fuel subsidy, Zabani said the operators would have to file a request with the Ministry of Finance. Jet fuel prices have doubled globally this month, going from US $2.41 per gallon in early March to almost $5 by month's end, surpassing pre-pandemic prices. Airlines are already cutting flights and raising fares, leading to concerns locally that these developments could have negative impacts on traveler behavior that would affect Belize's largest service industry, tourism. The war in the Middle East has led to a plunging supply of jet fuel as flows through the Strait of Hormuz slow, with refining capacity reducing by 3 million barrels daily in the Gulf region. The situation is already deemed an aviation crisis as price spikes have an immediate effect. Plus, many refineries are shifting production to diesel and gasoline because of higher margins. The International Energy Agency says the conflict in the Middle East has created the largest oil supply disruption in history. In a report on March 12th, it pointed to diesel and jet fuel markets being particularly vulnerable to an extended loss of Middle East production and exports, given limited flexibility elsewhere to increase output. That ends our morning news update. We take ourselves a small break, and when we come back on the other side, this phone should ring. You should make it sing. You need to call in. Right here at WUB, the conversation is set to begin on Creme Radio and on XTV. We'll be right back.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribe areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
right, welcome back. This is WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Tuesday morning, the 31st of March 2026. We've completed the preliminaries. If you have just joined us, good morning. Welcome to the show. Next time, come when the show starts. That's our feeling of there from the starting line. But we're still glad you make it. We accept you might have a good reason why you could not be here at 6:30. I'm Mose, Hyde. I'm hosting today. This is what is called Easter week, so it is a shortened week. And it's a week, of course, where we know Easter is a significant tradition in Belize, and a lot of it features traveling, Easter vacation, Easter break, and all that stuff. So it's kind of a busy week for most. And we need to mention, of course, that one of our greatest traditions takes place, as always, on Holy Saturday. The Holy Saturday cross country is going to take place. I need to mention that our telephone number is 280-5848. That is the live line. We have our first call. Krem, good morning, WB.
Morning, Mose.
Good morning.
Mose, I want to put in my little 2 cents for a couple of things. I want to know, I did go buy tacos, right, at the taco stand there, and anything I grab the tacos, especially that mint at 30, it broke up in your hand. You know, nobody in the government, they got check in place. So regulation, to make good.
You want tacos regulation, my brother?
No, not the tacos, the tortilla.
The tortilla,
the way they make it.
Okay.
Yes, the tortilla, no, they make good.
Like some tortillas are better than others.
Yeah, they got some places where you could get it perfect, man. They got some tortilla for you way. Make it to time.
I agree. Yeah. I agree that not all tortilla is equal, right? So you do have tortillas where seem to hold up better, and then indeed I have met some tortillas where fegwe. That's what we say, right? The fegwe.
Yeah. Fegwe, that's the main, right?
And that could be very annoying to the whole tacos eating experience, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't make tortillas. I will tell you this. I have a dear friend whose wife makes the homemade tortilla. Like when they're doing like an escabeche or a chimole and something like that.
Yeah.
And it makes me realize that tortilla bought from the shop is really it's not how tortilla is supposed to be. But some tortillas, I generally would find that you have better tortillas when I think a part of the supremacy of the Orange Walk tacos is that the tortillas made in Orange Walk and in the north, for that matter, is better than the tortillas that you would get in Belize City. I don't try to disrespect the tortilla factories here. I'm just saying that somehow it's just a little less quality than when you eat it in the districts, in some villages, that I've been to. The tortilla is just better, where you could say. I don't know that it means that you necessarily would want to have. I think I recently read, I think yesterday, that they're making a law in California that the tortillas have to have folic acid, which is which is an important nutrient. Apparently, I don't know. I didn't read the article. I saw the caption. I didn't read the article. If I knew somebody was going to call in and talk about tortilla qualities this morning, I probably would have. I will check out that. I will check out that article during the break and see what it's saying. I don't know if necessarily that's what makes it. Somebody who is in the business of making tortillas could explain to us why some tortillas just not make it. And then Fegwe one, I agree with you, brother. It's very disappointing.
The thing is that what I'm going to say to is that when we grow up, right?
Yeah.
We never grew up with no mince tortilla. We grew up with corn tortilla. Now you're gonna talk about son again white. That an even corn. That's a fake flour thing in here, mince.
Okay.
That's the one when they sell you.
Boy.
Broke up.
Boy, you really.
Yeah, the stock Mr. Chief. Yeah, for me, the question was that, is there someone in government that goes and checks the entire factory for the quality and the stuff that they make? Because someone they
I don't listen.
When they broke up,
There are many things I will call on government to do. I confident that consumers buy what they prefer, and that I think you can go, when you go to some tortilla factories, you can ask for, well, we not go to the details, we don't necessarily want the yellow tortilla rather than the pale ones. Like I don't know, like, I want a yellow tortilla, or if you go to a tortilla factory and you're not satisfied with the quality, you have options. It's not like there is a tortilla monopoly, so you have a choice, and so you could say, okay, whenever I go to this tortilla factory, the tortilla not satisfactory, I go to another. Now, I have found, for tacos lovers, you do have some taco stands where the tortilla are not ready, and you have some taco stands where the tortilla are ready. And those happen to be the taco stands were popular. So you have a choice though, bro. So I don't know if you're calling the government. I rate the fact that you're so passionate about your tortilla. You should try one of these days to see how you can make your own tortillas one of these times. No?
Yeah, I do make my own one.
You make your own tortilla.
Frustrated with the one at the back, on the proper fire thing.
All right, but then you want to hold.
You want to hear something, Tomo?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a tortilla factory, and the tortilla factory make the white can, when they call white can, and the yellow can. You know, I tell you, young lady, miss, I want two pang yellow can. You know what you tell me? She can't tell me that because I don't for the public on the white can. I was like, what? No man, that's impossible.
So who did make the?
I know the bag, you know.
So who did make the? So who make? So. Hey, this is sweet me that the first call on this Tuesday morning with all the things where they happen and everything where I have to talk about what I want to talk about. The first call I can't show down about tortilla. But that's the way the WB works, right? Call a democracy, call a power. But I can't imagine why a factory would tell you that the yellow one is not for sale, not for the public, unless they have their yellow corn tortillas have been contracted out by maybe people who sell garnachas or the tacos people, and all of that has already been bought. But I can't understand why they would have that and it's not for the public. The reason you have a tortilla making factory is because you want to sell to the public, no? So that's kind of strange to me. But yeah, the first call of the morning is a man who is very passionate about his quality of his tortilla. You know, can't hate the man. He doesn't want his tortilla to fragment while he's enjoying his tacos, and that's a fair concern, I think. Telephone number is 280-5848. That is the live line. There's a lot of stuff going on. I guess we are very we feel good in the midst of a lot of bad news. We've spent a lot of time focused on some of the bad stuff happening in the world. We believe that there's been some little small, not a huge relief, but it's significant enough. The Cuban situation is really horrendous. So yesterday there was some acceptance for a Russian ship to deliver oil to the country, and it appears that President Trump is on the record as saying he will not interfere with the Russian ship. So that means that the Cubans will get oil. From what I've read, it's oil that's going to last them about 9 days. Krem, good morning, WB.
Yeah, good morning, Mose. Greetings, my brother.
Good morning, sir.
This is Dr. Lamani call back again. I have two important things to mention.
Yes.